What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Hall of Famer, legendary boxer, former gold medalist, 1976 Olympic gold medalist, Big George Foreman, was asked about what he thought about the current landscape of the heavyweight division in the sport of boxing. And one in particular, undefeated bronze Olympic medalist, undefeated WBC American heavyweight champion, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, in which George Foreman had this to say. He said that Wilder's power is like no other. The only guy I think that could hit harder than Deontay Wilder or compare to Deontay Wilder or vice versa was Ernie Shavers. He stated that Deontay Wilder, the difference is Ernie Shavers had a snapping welterweight type of power. He says that Deontay Wilder has Bob Gibson, Hall of Fame baseball pitcher, Major League Baseball pitcher, Bob Gibson. He says he has his type of power if you could compare. If you guys don't know who Bob Gibson is, Bob Gibson was a Hall of Fame baseball player who they changed the rules for because they changed the mound because he had so much heat coming off of his pitches with so much speed and so much velocity that they changed the way the pitcher's mound is because of Bob Gibson. And so George Foreman likens Deontay Wilder to Bob Gibson. He believes that it's a possibility that they may change rules in the sport of boxing because of Deontay Wilder's power. Rules may be changed because of his power. He said Ernie Shavers had he had devastating power. It was delivered different. He said that Ernie Shavers had a quick snapping like a welterweight. You know, his punches came fast and snappy. Pow! You know. So the speed equaled power. With Deontay Wilder, he said his punches are coming down because he's so tall. He's 6'7". You know, so his punches are coming down like a pitcher off a mound. He said, but not just any pitcher. Bob Gibson, a legendary pitcher, right? So he said that, you know, he was very, very surprised and appalled that Tyson Fury was able to get up from that. He said it's just a testament to the beast that Tyson Fury is. He says it just shows you that, you know, you got different types of animals out there when it refers to Tyson Fury. So he said that, you know, he believes Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world. And he has rule-changing power and ability. That spells greatness. When rules are changed in the sport because of your abilities, that speaks volumes. That speaks absolute volumes. You understand? Shaquille O'Neal changed rules in the NBA. He changed rules in the NBA. Shaquille O'Neal did, right? Because of his size, you never saw anything like it, so it was difficult to deal with him. You understand? Deion Sanders in the NFL, he changed the rules because he was so fast and so strong at the cornerback position that he would jam you up and you couldn't get off, right? So they came in with a five-yard rule. You could only jam the receiver for 5 yards. You understand? Because Deion Sanders was like glue. He had top-notch speed like no other, but then he had athletic ability and physical abilities that when he jammed you at the line of scrimmage, he could hold you there, and because he was such a great athlete with such exceptional speed and quickness and makeup speed that you couldn't get away from him. So they changed the rules, right? Because scoring went down. So they wanted to be more scoring, more high fly passing in the NFL. I'm just naming a few. Just to name a few. You know, Michael Jordan with palming, right? Because his hands was big. So you can no longer palm. You understand? So just to name a few athletes that's notable to the new millennials today, you know, this speaks volumes of Deontay Wilder, and I think that his greatness is underappreciated. And like he said, he always says this, and I've been one to always say this: give him his roses while you can smell them. But he always says this, right? He says, they're gonna appreciate me not now, but when I'm going from the sport. They're gonna appreciate me when I'm going from the sport. And you know, the disdain is unwarranted. The disdain, right? It comes from a place of fear, because you know your favorite fighter, nine times out of 10, is not going to be able to compete with him or be victorious against him, because he has that equalizer. He has what George Foreman is talking about, that equalizer. That's something to deal with, man. You understand? You guys are not understanding that equalizer that he has. Like he says, Mike Tyson didn't have that type of equalizer. You understand? Mike Tyson had power, but his power came from, you know, punches and bunches. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. Mike Tyson could definitely knock you out with one punch. He definitely had the ability to do so. He was definitely powerful, but it was the momentum. You know, he would boom, 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 and an accumulation of punches with Mike Tyson. With Deontay Wilder, he has stifling one-punch power. And so that's why he always says, you guys got to be perfect for 12 rounds, whole rounds. I only got to be perfect for 5 seconds in a round. You understand? And that develops fear, because you know your fighter against him has to be perfect against him for 12 rounds, right? See, so people always point to Tyson Fury was outboxing him. How did it end? How did it bowl? Okay, he was outboxing him, but how did it end? Oh, Ortiz was outboxing him. Okay. Let's say I agree with you. Okay, I'm agreeing with you. Let's say Wilder agrees with you. But how did it end? Every fight always ends up with somebody on their back or on their knees, as we saw with Fury and Ortiz. Fury ended up on his back. Ortiz ended up on his knees. Right? And this is what Wilder said. He said that Luis Ortiz is going to be on his knees with his backside up in the air when I'm done with him. This is what Deontay Wilder stated. That's exactly what he stated. He said, when I'm done with Ortiz, he's going to be up in the air. He's going to be on his knees with his backside in the air. And that's exactly how he was, right? He said Fury's going to be flat on his back. That's exactly how he was, right? I don't know if it's the style of fight that he could predict how he's going to knock them out, or how they're going to end up on the canvas. You know, what the momentum, or what trajectory they're going to fall, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't knock them, right? And so back to my point is that it's fear-driven, right? The disdain is fear-driven, because he's not everybody's favorite fighter, and I don't reckon that he should be everybody's favorite fighter. That's why it's competition. It's combat sports. It's competition. It's a sport, right? Everybody can't be for one, right? There has to be a variety. That's why there's multiple boxes, right? Different weight classes, so on and so forth, right? And so, but the problem is that the disdain comes solely from the fact that you don't believe in your favorite fighter that he could be victorious against Deontay Wilder, because you don't believe your favorite fighter. Nobody's perfect. So you don't believe your favorite fighter can be perfect for 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder. And another big problem is he's not just a magnificent puncher. He's probably the best athlete. No, he ain't probably. He is the best athlete in the heavyweight division. So along with his punching power, he's the best athlete in the heavyweight division on top of it. He's not even a big guy. He's outweighed by 40 pounds every time he steps in the ring. At least 30. Ortiz weighed 245. Deontay Wilder weighed 217. So he was almost 30 pounds heavier than him. Tyson Fury weighed 260. Deontay Wilder weighed not even 220. He actually weighed, no. He weighed 217 for Fury, I believe, and then he weighed 209 for Ortiz or something like that. Either which way, they were definitely well over 30 pounds heavier than him. And look how it ended up, right? Because they have to stay perfect for 12 rounds. They can't make mistakes, right? And you only seen a handful of boxers that could get away with that. Most recently, Floyd Mayweather, right? And even he didn't stay perfect. We saw Marcos Maidana counter his pull counter. One of his most famous punches, right? We saw Marcos Maidana counter it. And Marcos Maidana is far from the most skillful boxer that we've ever come across. But we see Marcos Maidana counter and time Floyd Mayweather. So we know nobody's perfect. And so that's the problem. You have to be perfect when it comes to Deontay Wilder. Right? I watched Gerald Washington outbox Deontay Wilder and win rounds, the early rounds. Gerald Washington won majority of the early rounds against Deontay Wilder. Majority of them. But it didn't end well for Gerald Washington. You see why? Because I'll say it again. You must be perfect for 12 rounds. And if you're not perfect for 12 rounds, it's over. It's over. He's going to clip you. And when he clips you with the power that he has, it's good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. So, when George Foreman likens him to Bob Gibson, a legendary pitcher who changed the sport of baseball, and the way baseball is played, and this is what George Foreman likens him, and George Foreman is very knowledgeable, right? He fought in completely two different eras. Came back after a 10-year layoff, a 10-year layoff, came back and won the world championship, the heavyweight world title, after being out of the ring for 20 years. Won a gold medal in the heavyweight division. He's Olympic gold medalist. Knocked out George Frazier. Knocked out Ken Norton. So he's credible. His knowledge of the sport of boxing is credible. So when George Foreman speaks, he speaks volumes. And he was an analyst. The best analyst HBO had. Period. So when George Foreman compares Deontay Wilder and likens him to a Bob Gibson, a legendary pitcher, that speaks volumes. And that's kudos to Deontay Wilder. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Hall of Fame boxing heavyweight legend, Big George Foreman, says that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder reminds him of Hall of Fame legendary pitcher Bob Gibson, who changed the sport of baseball because he had so much trajectory and so much heat coming off the mound that they had to make adjustments to the pitcher's mound because hitters just couldn't deal with Bob Gibson. So he likes that to Deontay Wilder because he has so much heat when he punching down and so much velocity that he likes it to legendary pitcher, like a pitcher coming off the mound. Bam! That's all I got for y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Blue. I'm gone. Peace.